Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine.
Congratulations on the purchase of your AUSRV X13. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you all through the electrics and the kitchen setup. Setting up the slide out kitchen is easy. It's in behind this cabinet here, and the only connections you need to make are one electrical connection for the igniter on the stove and the gas connection down here. Very simple. The kitchen is retained by two pad bolts, one either side. To release them, lift them up, turn them 90 degrees, and what that'll do is allow the pin to sit on this little lip and keep the pad bolt out of the way while you bring the kitchen out. Done both sides. When you pull the kitchen out, always grab this top handle. This is the one connected to the chassis of the kitchen. Don't use the bottom one, that's your slide out bench. Once the kitchen is out, you can release the support leg underneath, which is held in by a spring-loaded pin. Beneath that, there's a little square button that you need to push. That'll release the pin and allow you to lower the leg. Simple as that. Now we just adjust the leg so it's supporting the kitchen. Tighten the wing nuts. That will add additional support for when you put heavier pots and pans on your stovetop. Now we can set up our windshield. To do this, bring it over and past upright and fold the two side panels around, and when you place it back, there's little rods that go into the pre-drilled holes either side of the stove. For the dish rack, simply lift it up and put that into place. Now I can get my gas hose and my 12-volt connection out of the back of the kitchen right here. 12-volt plug plugs into the 12-volt socket just behind the kitchen on the back of the camper. The gas hose is a quick fit connect which goes into the socket on the other side of the kitchen. To connect the gas hose, first remove the dust cap from the connection here, and the connection has a collar. Pull the collar back, press the fitting in and release the collar. That's now secure. This fitting also has a ball valve as well, so you can turn off the gas at this point. Your kitchen's also fitted with an LED light on a snake holder. There's a small switch on it so you can switch it on, shine it on your food while you're cooking at night and get your steaks done perfect. And the other thing you need to do, just lift the spout up for your tap. First thing we do when we're packing up our kitchen is turn the gas off. Turn it off at the ball valve here, and you can release the gas through the cooktop. Then disconnect your gas hose and return the small dust cover back into position. Now we can pack up the rest of the kitchen. Packing up the rest of the kitchen, start with your tap, push the tap down out of the way. Now we can close our dish rack and lay our LED light down nice and flat. Now we can fold up the windshield. Doing the windshield's the reverse of setting it up. Bring it back, fold the wing panels around behind and lay it down flat. Now we can take our gas hose and power lead, tuck them into the back. They're tidy and out of the way. Now we can fold up the leg. Undo the wing nuts. Retract the leg. And simply bring it up into its original position and press the pin back in. All done, the leg's now secure. So what we can do is pack our kitchen away. Make sure the pad bolts are still in the retracted position. If they're extended, they will actually strike on the body of the caravan and damage the paint, which you don't want to do. Slide the kitchen in, turn the pad bolts and release them, and we're all packed away. The primary components of the electrical system are contained underneath the bed. That consists of the batteries and some important fuses. In the center section is an important part of the 240 volt system. These are your 240 volt safety switches. So if you lose your 240 volt power from mains, this is where you come to reset it. Beside that is a small red covered resettable fuse, which is for your Anderson plug. In this main section here, we have our 3 batteries. You'll also see the large black mega fuse. This is your main fuse for the entire 12 volt system. So if you lose all 12 volt power, this is where you come to reset it. You'll see it has a red button on top, and if it needs resetting, there'll be a little lever pops out the side. And here you'll also find inline fuses for small items like the radio and for the breakaway system on the trailer brakes. And just in the center here again is our Mini Boost solar controller. And just on the fascia of the bed base is the main isolation switch for the 12 volt. This is where you turn the entirety of the 12 volt on and off, and to make the solar power charge the batteries or charge from your vehicle, you will need this in the on position. That covers everything to do with powering the camper. Now, to operate the rest of the camper with all the individual circuit switches, we do that next to the door. Once your main switch is on at the back of the interior, then we come to the control panel, and this is where you control everything else. So what I'll do is I'll run you through all the different items that are on this panel and what they do. Starting off on the electrical panel is the main switch to the panel here. Switch that on and we have lights. Everything is now functioning. Across the top, we have our water tank gauges. So we've got the 2 storage tanks and the grey water tank here. Up in the top corner, it tells you your battery capacity, currently sitting on 100%, and voltage at the battery. So we've covered the main power. We also have a fridge switch. When this is activated, it'll actually activate a small fan in the fridge storage area as well to ventilate it. Main switch for all the lights. This one's for all the plugs, and this one controls your water pump. Just below these are resettable circuit breakers. So if an individual circuit does go down, simply push it in and that will reset it. Below that, our stereo, of course, and USB charge points and a 12 volt outlet. Just here is our awning switch. So to close the awning, press the bottom. To open the awning, press the top. Beside that is our BM Pro monitor. This will tell you how many amps of charge are going into the batteries at any time. Currently they're running on solar panel. We're in a bit of shade, so we've got 1.8 amps being delivered. And considering that the batteries are at full capacity, that's about what we expect. It'll also tell you the amps output. So when you're using lights or any other electrical function on the 12 volt, that'll display how much power you're using. Beside that, we have our Truma AquaGo control panel. I advise you always have a read of the Truma manual to properly use this unit, and then you won't get into trouble. And there's also maintenance aspects involved there as well. At the bottom, we have our step switch. So to activate our electric step, press that down. It's a momentary switch, so to retract it, you press it down again. And we have our light circuits. We've got the handle lights outside LEDs on 2 switches here, and the rest of our switch circuits here. So from here you can control switching everything on and off except for the lights, etc., which have their own individual switch at the light fitting. And there you go, folks. That's how easy it is to operate the electrics and the kitchen in your AUSRV X13. For more information, head across to our website and check out our other instructional videos on our YouTube channel.